Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. Sign up for a 1-week free trial, no credit card required, for access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Checking in on the semiconductor space, NVDA AMD MU, and looking at AVGO as well. Daily weekly time frame. So we'll start it off with NVDA. The bulls showing up a bit more than they have in the previous couple of days, with a strong open and not a ton of range on the day, but a strong close. And notably for me, we're above the exponential moving average resistances. So that's the first time we've been above these resistances in the last couple of weeks. So we're going to be looking for a bounce, but we are going to be looking for a lower high to form. We have our high, low of the pullback, lower high, lower low. So we are just looking for another lower high to form. The middle Bollinger Band resistance is going to be down around 150. That will be a resistance level to be watching. And in terms of support, it's the low of our new consolidation of 138.58. So that's a key level going forward. But again, definitely looking for short-term bullish upside and a lower high to be set. And then we'll take it from there and see whether the bulls are able to form a higher low and a higher high, or if we head back down to that recent low I just pointed out. Weekly time frame for NVDA is still very strong. This is a bull flag on the weekly time frame. That is a bullish reversal candlestick last week, and we're holding exponential moving average support. So whenever we see a breakout and then consolidation and then exponential moving averages hold, there is the possibility that that is a bull flag. So that is what we're looking at here longer term on this weekly time frame. And obviously if we see continuation back towards all-time highs, we're going to be looking for all these other names to act as a laggard as well. And there's definitely opportunity during the trading day, if you're a day trader, to capitalize on correlations. And we saw a couple days ago, last week, NVDA saw a very big bull break on the 5-minute time frame. And then 45 minutes later, AMD and MU followed along, specifically AMD with the more powerful bull break. So there was a ton of strength in AMD, and it was 45 minutes after the fact on NVDA. So if you're trading one of these names, I highly suggest not only watching the overall market SPY, but watch the other individual names in the sector as well, because there are often clues that can be had there. So AMD, lower high being set, looks like, with the big upper wick of profit taking. Higher low, higher high pattern on the daily time frame, very much intact, so the bulls are certainly healthy in that regard. And from here, with our new resistance at 1374, we're going to have to consolidate, form a higher low compared to 1213, and then look to see continuation to break 1374 if the bulls want to head back towards the recent high. We have all daily moving averages as support. That's a good sign for the bulls, and we're on the verge of a bull MACD cross if we can see the bulls hold up their strength. So on the weekly time frame for AMD, also holding up just fine. All moving averages as support. We are looking up at resistance of 1467 and 1555. Overall, the bulls are in control longer term in this sector. We're on the verge of a bullish MACD cross here on the weekly time frame, and the bulls are looking good across the board pretty much. It's the daily time frame that has us cautious in the short term, but if you're long-term bullish, there are no red flags in this sector. MU on the daily time frame has a lot more work to do because we did form this little double top and then lower low. So I would say MU is the weakest on the daily time frame out of the three, and it's also the only one that hasn't seen an all-time high in the recent past. So we have a tightening range here forming where we have essentially triple top at 30.56, 30.48, and 30.50, but higher lows. So it's almost an ascending triangle on the shorter term time frames if you were to look at it on the hourly. The 50-day moving average support is holding the past 3 days, driving the price to the upside, and we're watching a shrinking range between the 50-day support and the middle Bollinger Band resistance. MU on the weekly time frame is still very strong as well. That's a bullish candlestick, bulls buying the dip, holding the middle Bollinger Band, closing right on the exponential moving averages, and we've held these exponential moving averages for the past few months, and the bulls are definitely maintaining control there as well. So the weekly chart here, same thing, very strong overall long term. It's just the daily chart that is a bit weaker than the other two names. AVGO also seeing a lower high and a lower low since we began consolidating, so a bit of a different setup here as well. It is weaker with MU on the daily. Very strong end of the week with 2 big bullish days in a row and a strong close on Friday. Resistance is 241.99 and 247.90. In order for the bulls to break the lower high pattern, they're going to have to, in my opinion, set a lower high somewhere below 247.90, consolidate, form a higher low, and then look for that continuation to the upside. We can't just shoot right off of our low and break the lower high pattern. That is not an often occurrence unless we have news backing that up. Weekly time frame for AVGO, same story. Bulls in full control, bullish reversal hammer off the middle Bollinger Band support, and if we get confirmation, we're going to be looking back up at those recent highs. So the story is the same for the whole sector. Long-term weekly chart, very bullish, no red flags. Short-term daily chart, the difference between higher lows and higher highs is separating NVDA and AMD from MU and AVGO. We did consolidate and break higher lows, but we don't have as clear lower highs and lower lows. And really, if I had to pick out of all of them, AMD would be the strongest because we do have these higher lows and higher highs. And the scenario there is AMD was the weakest back in May, so it almost got all that bearish action out of the way. And now, while the other names are pulling back from their highs, AMD has been able to hold up. So that's the way it stands on the daily time frame. And on the weekly time frame, I appreciate you watching, and we will see you soon.